Have you ever wondered how the Oscars determine the best in cinema? Is it a fair process or more complex than what meets the eye? The Academy Awards, or the Oscars as they are fondly known, are universally recognized as the pinnacle of cinematic achievement. They are the glittering crown jewel in the realm of film, a testament to the craft of storytelling through the silver screen. But what happens when the crown seems to tilt and the glitter appears slightly tarnished? This year, the Oscars have found themselves at the center of such a debate. The biopic Oppenheimer, a cinematic exploration of J. Robert Oppenheimer and the creation of the atomic bomb, swept the awards. It bagged 7 out of its 13 nominations, including the coveted Best Picture. The film's triumph was a testament to the talents of its lead actors, Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr., and to the directorial prowess of Christopher Nolan, who won his first Oscar for this project. However, despite its accolades, Oppenheimer has ignited a discourse about the fairness of the Oscars selection process. There are those who argue that the film deserved its wins, while others assert that the process was flawed. The question being asked is not about the quality of Oppenheimer, but rather about the integrity of the system that deemed it the best. As we embark on this exploration of the Oscars, we'll delve into its glittering legacy, tracing its history and its journey. However, we will also shine a light on the controversies that have arisen over the years, particularly those surrounding its selection process. After all, understanding the Oscars is not just about appreciating the art of cinema, but also about scrutinizing the system that seeks to honor it. So sit back and fasten your seatbelts. We're about to take a deep dive into the world of the Oscars, its triumphs and its trials. As we delve into the history and journey of the Oscars, we'll also explore the controversies surrounding its selection process. The Oscars, officially known as the Academy Awards, started their journey back in 1929. Born out of a desire to celebrate the best in cinema, the awards were a brainchild of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, a nascent organization at the time, with an aim to honor outstanding artistic and technical achievements in the film industry. The first ceremony took place at a private dinner with less than 300 attendees. The winners were announced 3 months prior to the ceremony, a practice that changed in the following years to maintain suspense and excitement. The first Best Picture went to the silent film Wings, a testament to the changing tides in the world of cinema. As years passed, the Oscars evolved, reflecting the changing landscapes of society and cinema. The introduction of categories like Best Animated Feature and Best International Feature Film over time, for example, are indicative of the evolving cinematic tastes and the growing appreciation for diversity in storytelling. The Oscars have always been more than just an awards ceremony. They are a grand spectacle, a celebration of cinema that brings together the creme de la creme of Hollywood and beyond. The red carpet arrivals, the glamorous outfits, the heartfelt speeches, all of these have become integral parts of the Oscars tradition, making it a much anticipated event every year. Over the decades, the influence of the Oscars has extended beyond the borders of Hollywood. Winning an Oscar often translates to global recognition and can significantly boost a film's commercial success. It can set trends, influence public opinion, and in many cases, even spark social and political conversations. Fast forward to today, the Oscars have become a global event, but not without its share of controversies and criticisms. From issues of representation to questions about the voting process, the Oscars have had their fair share of ups and downs. Yet, their legacy and influence remain undeniable, making them an enduring symbol of cinematic excellence. The Oscars selection process is a mystery to many. Let's unravel it. The selection process is a 2-step journey: the nomination phase and the final voting phase. In the nomination phase, all voting members of the Academy can nominate contenders in the categories of Best Picture, while the other categories are voted on by members of the corresponding branches. Actors vote for actors, directors for directors, and so on. These members are industry professionals who have been invited to join the Academy based on their contributions to the film industry. Once nominations are in, the final voting phase begins. All members can vote in all 24 categories, and the nominee with the most votes in each category wins. Sounds fair, right? Well, not so fast. The Academy has come under fire for a lack of diversity among its members, with critics arguing that the overwhelmingly white and male membership influences the types of films and performances that get recognized. The Academy has been making efforts to diversify its membership, but progress is slow. Furthermore, the preferential voting system used for the Best Picture category has been a subject of debate. Instead of simply voting for their top choice, members rank the nominees. If no film receives more than half of the first place votes, the film with the fewest votes is eliminated and its votes are redistributed based on the second choices on those ballots. This process continues until a film has more than half of the active votes. Critics argue that this system can result in a film that wasn't the first choice of the majority of voters winning the top prize. Another controversy is the campaigning that takes place during the awards season. Studios spend millions on "for your consideration" campaigns to sway voters, which critics say turns the Oscars into more of a popularity contest than a merit-based award. The process, while seemingly straightforward, has been under scrutiny for its lack of transparency and alleged biases. Behind the glamour and glitter of the Oscars, there lies a darker side. The Oscars, while a beacon of cinematic achievement, have often been marred by controversy and criticism. Let's peel back the curtain and take a look at the less glitzy aspects of this illustrious event. One of the most frequently leveled criticisms is the alleged bias in the selection process. The Academy, composed of industry professionals, does not reveal its voting patterns, leading to speculation about favoritism and lobbying. For instance, the film Oppenheimer swept 7 awards this year, prompting some to question if its success was truly based on merit or if it was the result of industry politics and connections. Diversity, or the lack thereof, is another contentious issue. Despite the global nature of cinema, the Oscars have often been criticized for underrepresenting certain groups. The hashtag #OscarsSoWhite trended a few years ago in response to the lack of racial diversity among the nominees. It sparked an outcry, leading to changes in Academy membership to include more diverse voices. However, critics argue that there is still much work to be done. Additionally, the Oscars have been criticized for being out of touch with public taste. The steady decline in viewership, despite featuring popular films like Barbie and Oppenheimer, suggests a disconnect between the Academy's choices and the films that resonate with the wider public. The industry acknowledges this shift in audience preferences, but whether it can adapt to this new normal remains to be seen. The Oscars have also been called out for their handling of controversial figures. The Academy has been accused of turning a blind eye to allegations of misconduct against certain individuals, further tarnishing its image. Despite these controversies, the Oscars continue to hold an iconic status in the film industry. They have taken steps to address some of these issues, such as diversifying their membership and implementing new guidelines for film eligibility. However, the effectiveness of these measures is a topic of ongoing debate. These controversies have led many to question the credibility of the Oscars and its selection process. Oppenheimer's recent win has reignited the debate around the Oscars selection process. The film, directed by Christopher Nolan, is an exploration into the life of J. Robert Oppenheimer and the creation of the atomic bomb. The film has been a sweeping success, securing 7 out of 13 nominations at the Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Lead actors Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr. clinched Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor awards, respectively, adding to the film's impressive haul. This victory, however, has not been without controversy. Despite its success, the film's win has sparked debates around the fairness of the Oscars selection process. Critics argue that the film's win is not necessarily a testament to its quality or its impact, but rather a reflection of the Academy's alleged biases. They point out that popular films such as Barbie, despite their mass appeal and box office success, often fall short at the Oscars, suggesting a disconnect between popular tastes and the Academy's preferences. Others argue that the Oscars selection process is inherently subjective, making it impossible to achieve absolute fairness. They claim that the Academy's choices are influenced by a myriad of factors, including industry politics, marketing campaigns, and the personal preferences of the voting members. They contend that Oppenheimer's win, while certainly deserving, is also a product of these influences. The debate around Oppenheimer's win is indicative of a larger issue within the Oscars and the film industry as a whole. It forces us to confront the question, how do we define success in cinema? Is it through box office numbers, critical acclaim, or the number of awards won? And more importantly, how do we ensure that the process through which we recognize and reward cinematic achievements is fair and inclusive? As we wrap up, it's essential to remember that while the Oscars have their flaws, they continue to be a significant part of the global cinema landscape. They serve as a platform for recognizing and celebrating cinematic excellence, and despite the controversies and debates they spark, they remain a cherished tradition in the world of film.